There we go. Welcome, everyone. So as Carolyn mentioned, we'll have a brief, I'll lead the roll call. And actually, I'd like one of the area directors to take a few minutes and volunteer to be our area director to read the district mission. Suzanne, are you up for doing that this month? Can you guys hear me? Am I still here?
We're still here, but we have two Suzannes.
Suzanne Melling.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I just have to find it.
That's okay. You've got a few minutes. All right. So for the roll call, I will walk through the current district leadership. And when you hear your name, just say present. Or if you're not here, raise your hand. And then once I get through all of the current officers, then we'll go through the 2019-2020 year. Okay, so I'm here. Shane Walsh, I know you're here. Jonathan, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Jim, I think I saw you. Are you here?
Yes, I'm
listed. Here. Okay. Melinda Regenball, are you with us? How about Diane Thurston? How about, okay, I know Leslie is with us. Donna Jean is with us. Elaine, did you join us this month? Okay, Olivette is with us. Bob Bechtold is with us. Carolyn Powers is here. Sharon Littlefield, you're here. Okay, Karen Mackey.
I'm here.
Okay, so we're in Division A. Casey Jenkins has a prior conflict. Lucy, are you here or do you have a conflict? She emailed me saying she had a conflict, but she might make it. Cindy Poltak. Diana Flummerfeld and Betsy Black. Okay, Division B, Audrey DaCosta.
I'm here.
Oh, thank you. I swear I saw you. How about Bill Bruns? Amy Bruns? Angela Shute, I think I saw you.
I am here.
And then Priscilla Hanson Mahoney.
I am here.
Excellent. Very good. How about Division C? We've got Dahlia Ghosh.
Yes.
You're here. Very good. Good to chat with you. Madhu, I think I saw you. Jean-Pierre, are you present? Ross Maybe.
I'm here.
Very good. Division D, Erin McNemany. Man, I finally got her name right, I think.
No, you didn't, but I am
didn't.
here.
Oh, you are.
No.
I still don't have your name right, darn it. Well, someday, I'm sure 20 years from now, I'll finally get it. Eric Jordan, are you here? How about Pam Traz? Okay, Division E, Sharon Allen.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, Jeff.
Oh, very good. Here yet? Charlene Fox.
I'm here.
And Crystal Cobb. Okay. Division F, Sherry McDonald.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Edie Murray.
I'm here.
Very good. Tracy Gaddis, are you here?
Hi there. Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. How about Cornelia Berman? Oh, come on, don't break the Division F streak. All right, how about Division G, Dawn Knight?
Here.
Nice. All right, we've got Lori Menard. I know she's here. Suzanne Melling, you're here. How about Linda Ramrath?
I'm here.
Very good. And Diana Mancuso? Absent. Okay, so for the 2019-2020 year.
Diane Sears here also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're in the you're in the roll call for the next year. I will get to you, Diane.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay, so for next year, we've got Shane Walsh is here, Jonathan Bohm, Tom Dowd. Are you on the line?
He's logging in.
Okay.
Jeff, you
I'm gonna
have
mark
3
this
callers.
late. That's okay. Well, I'm just going through the roll call by name and not by caller numbers. Let's see, Casey Jenkins. It's not here. And then Diane Blair.
I'm here.
Very good. Heather Fairchild. David Lee. And then Christy Hefner. And to my knowledge, Area 20 is still seeking an area director. Okay, incoming for Division B, we've got Angela Shute. I think you were here, right?
I'm here.
And then Bill Bruns, absent. Todd Rothstein. Okay, Caitlin Small is here. Olivet Aviso is here. Oh no, Olivet. We'll talk later. All right, Tina Learnmont has a prior conflict. Melanie Dixon, we're in Division C. Melanie Dixon. Absent. Monica White. And then Jim Wisted. Oh yeah, you're here. For Division D, we've got Heather Perkins, I heard you. Michael Thompson. Karen Caldwell. Alan Edler, I believe. Yeah, Heather, you said that he was here.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay, very good. Jennifer Bonneville has a prior conflict. Suzanne Weiss, is that?
Yes, I'm here.
Very good. Now we're in Division E. Crystal Cobb, incoming director, it was absent. How about Richard Lefebvre or Lefebvre? Either way, Richard is not here. And Madhu is here. And then Anne Doucette.
I'm here.
Very good. Okay, and then now for Division G, I know we've got Diane Sears present. Thank you, Diane. Pat Henderson. Are you here? Nope. And then Sharon Littlefield is here. And then Area 25 is also still seeking an area director. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Jeff, I'm Cindy Lee is here too, and I'm in Division G.
Right. I think, okay.
Jeff, this is Charlene. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Crystal Cobb is here as well. She, for some reason, isn't. I'm trying to message her and she's not answering. So, but we were talking earlier, but she is online.
Okay. And I guess Tom Dowd is also signing on. May or may not be on the line. Did I miss anyone else?
Jeff, this is Ann Gilson. I'm the incoming region advisor. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, very nice. So what's your name again? Ann?
Gilson. I should be on the attendee list.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm sure you're on the list. I know Elaine very well, and I'm sure we'll get to know you just as well.
I hope so. Elaine said she would be calling in, but I don't know if she has.
Yeah, I don't think she's on the line yet. Okay, well, very good, everyone.
This is Elaine. I'm on.
Oh, you are here. Outstanding. Thank you, Elaine.
John Blumsom is here.
Okay. I missed you earlier. All right, so I will add you guys later.
And I don't think you called me as Kevin Chick.
Right. Yeah, I think I missed you. No, I did. I had you as present.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, because is there anyone else that I may have missed? Okay, very good. Thank you for putting up with this painful process. Our next item is Area Director Suzanne Milling to read our district mission.
Okay. To support members in their Toastmasters growth and help to build strong clubs.
Okay, thank you, Suzanne. Normally at this time we approve the minutes from our last DEC meeting. However, they're not published yet, so we'll have to approve 2 months worth of minutes at the next call. So at this time, I'd like to turn over the meeting to our incoming district director, Shane Walsh. Shane, are you here?
Well, I am here in person. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this beautiful Monday night conference call for District 45 District Executive Council. To the outgoing directors, thank you for all of your hard work, diligence, and effort. And while this may be your last call, you're not off the hook until June 30th. To our incoming District Executive Council, thank you for volunteering your time and effort, and I look forward to a very good, very productive, and successful year. My goal is to make District 45 distinguished in 2019-2020. With that, I would like to move on on the agenda to club growth. Jonathan Baum.
Yes, thank you, Shane, and good evening, everybody. We'll do our standard reporting procedure here. Let me just explain a little bit that the club growth committee includes 2 club extension chairs, Olivet Aviso and Patricia McKay, as well as Bob Bechtold, our club coach chair. So let me introduce Olivet Aviso, who will update us on the status of new clubs forming in the U.S. Olivet. Olivet, are you with us?
Yeah, you may be muted, Olivet.
Sorry, I have so much stuff that's open on my desktop here that I was having trouble trying to find the right button. My apologies. Okay, I will give you good news about the clubs that are doing very nicely. Unfortunately, it looks as though a couple of clubs that we had hoped would charter before the 30th of June probably will not. The close to chartering people are Toast on Fire, which is a new club forming in the Warner, New Hampshire area. They plan to invite people to attend virtually, which is wonderful. They should probably be done by July 30th. That's the goal. Mega Foods, which we had hoped would charter before this time, has had some corporate issues, as happens with corporate clubs. And they are ready to charter with 40+ members in July. So we look forward to that. Heather Fairchild's club in the Concord area, I believe she is looking for chartering again in July. We had hoped that she would be ready before the end of this club year, but unfortunately that won't happen. We have the Fidelity Club in Area 25 that has chartered this year, and they're very excited. I just got an update from the president. They have over 30 members currently, and she is very excited about the idea of spreading Toastmasters throughout the Fidelity site. So look out for next year. We'll see how many clubs we can get that belong to Fidelity that will come on board. We had some false starts with a couple of leads that we got from Toastmasters International, and unfortunately they did not pan out. So we may follow up with them next year and see whether or not we can get anything back on board with them. I talked with Tom Dowd and emailed.
I'm on, by the way. I've been having major login issues, but I am here.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm assuming that you're going to be talking or not?
Keep going.
Keep going.
I keep talking to you.
Okay, I'm only here for 2 minutes, so I think I'm about up with my 2 minutes.
Okay.
But
Do you
I
want me to
think
go through the group, the listing?
Well, we're going to have a smooth transition to the 2019-2020 club growth team. So I'm looking forward to District 45 being distinguished for 2020 as well. And that's my report for you at this time.
Thank you, Olivet. And I don't believe Patricia is with us tonight, but Bob Bechtold, I know, is on the line, and Bob is our club coach director, club coach chair, excuse me. And Bob, can you give us a couple minutes on the status of club coaching in District 45?
Jonathan, before you go to Bob, it's Heather. Looking today, Fidelity is still showing as unpaid.
Yes.
That's a corporate issue as per usual.
Henderson is here, by the way.
Hey, Tom Dowd just got back on again. I've been kicked off 4 times, but I keep trying.
Yeah, we had a bad link in our email.
When they're ready. Hello, this is Bob. Everybody ready?
Yes.
This is Diane.
Thank you, Bob.
I'm back on.
I am the outgoing club coach chair. There's not been very much activity in the past month or so, in the sense that most of the individuals have been concerned with the conference or switching officer roles. You and I will be making a smooth transition. We've already been in contact with each other, and we will move things smoothly. Madhu will be taking over the club coach chair position, and I will be stepping back for the last 2 years. So I thought somebody else should try it for a while. Thank you very much. If there's any other questions, though, please feel free to reach out to either myself or Madhu, and we will help the club coach as needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Just wrapping up here. Remember that we are in the last 13 days of the Toastmasters year here. There is still time to beat the clock, to get those 5 new members or more for your club, and you can read about the incentives in the newsletter. And also you'll notice it's on Facebook. At this point, I will, I guess I'm supposed to talk about membership growth and the wow factor. Okay, the wow factor, as you know, is an initiative by DI for all of us to have a club that everybody comes away from and says, wow. And I think that, in fact, that's part of our problem with club membership growth here in the District 45 is that a lot of our meetings simply are not strong enough. And that will be something we'll be really working with everybody on next year to make sure that the meetings are strong, that we don't lose members who have joined, because that's, after all, that's the low-hanging fruit. Those are the bird in the hand. Every cliche you want, these are the people we need to hold on to. And we will only do that if we market our product and make it the best product that people will not want to leave. I remind you that we do have the open house incentives. We pay $25 to any club that hosts an open house. And we have the trade show incentives. We pay up to $250. That's something we'll be looking at in the future year to possibly increase our participation in that, because these trade shows are a great way to get the word out and to get members in and new clubs. So that's my report on club growth, and I will hand it over to Jeff.
1 second. Sorry, Jonathan. It's Carolyn. Can I add to that, please? With regards to incentives, the barbecue that hopefully people are working on in District 45, and how the open house $25 can go toward redeemable money that the club puts in $25 and we can redeem it with our invoices put against the open house. So I'll speak more about that in a few minutes. But I just wanted to include, because I mentioned to people at the conference about how we'd like to get in the face of the general public, and one way to do it was to have a barbecue in an open place with high traffic area. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Carolyn.
Okay, hot leads. Every year, well, actually every month, Toastmasters gets lots of people who go to the website and click on, up at the top of the thing that says find a club, and they will click on that link and say, I want someone to contact me from Toastmasters. Well, it seems that a lot of times our members either don't get that message or don't know how to respond to it. So what I will be doing is I have this list of several hundred people who have clicked on, I want to know more about Toastmasters. These are people who say they live in our district. And so Toastmasters has already figured out which area the lead is from. So what we'll do is I'll be sending this list to all of the division directors, and each of the division directors work with your area directors to contact the clubs. So we want the club officers to actually reach out and contact the people on this list, just to make sure that we're actually following up on the list of people who claim that they want to be part of Toastmasters. Any questions about that?
Jeff, I have a question. It's Sherry. The contacts, the leads that you have, when they reach out, do they reach out to a specific club?
The contacts, the lead is a person who clicked on a link on the Toastmasters website that says, I want to know more, or tell me about a club near me. We've done a little bit of spot checking, and many of these people have actually physically attended a club. So some of these hot leads are actually now members.
Okay.
Right. Some of them, what we're attempting to do here is fill in the gaps. Right. Some folks either did not find a club or haven't gone yet. And so this is a way for us to reach out to folks that are actively seeking our clubs.
This is Heather. Sherry, they do click on a club and do it. So the list has what club they were looking at. Some of the people will be down for multiple clubs because they tend to check on a number of different clubs, but they are assigned to a club.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Does this list have when they clicked on that link?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't remember. I know it's got a phone number, an email address if they provided it, and as Heather said, the clubs that they're kind of assigned to.
It's January through March, through the end of March, 1st of January to the end of March.
So hopefully we'll get another list like this, and once a quarter we'll be able to go and follow up on this. This is our first time receiving such a list, so this is kind of a exploratory project at this point.
So Jeff, you're planning on sending it out through the division and area directors. Can it be sent, if we can identify the club level, can it just be sent to the president of each club?
So here's the problem. It already is going to the club officers. We want to apply pressure from area directors to actually reach out and contact the club officers and say, hey, just like we apply that pressure to say, hey, we notice you haven't completed this goal or you haven't attended. We want to say, hey, look, we heard that there's 2 or 3 people that are attempting to contact your club. Have you reached out to them? Have they been able to visit you, right? So we're looking to have those personal conversations.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. And remember, we've talked multiple times throughout the year that email is very efficient, but it's not effective. It's very
Yep.
easy for things like this to get lost. And I honestly, I think frequently they are. So, okay, any other questions? All right, thank you very much, folks. And I look forward to us reaching out and contacting all of these future members of Toastmasters. Back to you, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jeff. And what we have next, I guess I'm supposed to give you all an update on the goals for the year. It has not been a stellar year. We lost far more clubs than we have been able to gain, and so that has dropped our base considerably. Membership is down, and I think some of this is due to pathways and a little bit of natural attrition there. And that brings me back to what we were all hearing at conference, that we are #1 in the world on pathways, and hopefully this will build us a much stronger and better new year.
Okay, Jonathan, I believe you're done your report. So I guess I'm
Yes.
up. Program Quality Director, Carolyn Power, take us through a brief update and summary of the webinars for this year.
Thank you, Shane. Hello, everyone. It's been an interesting and exciting past year, but it's going to get a lot more interesting and a lot more fun and a lot more educational. We're going to continue to have webinars till September, 2 in each month, but my understanding is that will change. It's not totally established yet, but we're working on it. So there will be webinars on Sunday nights, and I'm not sure what the rest of the schedule is as of yet, but I put a request out to anyone and everyone who has any ideas. We do have some, all of us, Jonathan and Shane, I believe, and myself have some that I was starting to collect from last year because I wanted to have a backlog, so if we ran out or somebody couldn't show up at the last minute, we would have one in the bag. I also at this time would like to introduce our new Assistant Webinar Coordinator, who is Catherine Hansen. Welcome, Catherine. Please unmute yourself and say hi.
Hello, everyone.
So she's going to be helping me and the team, and we're going to have an exciting year and an educational year, and there'll be more in the coming months about what is going to happen. Look forward
Hey,
to...
Kat.
Sorry, yes,
Hey,
Jonathan.
Carolyn, this is Tom Dowd. Just
Hi, Tom.
a couple comments to that. Thank you for organizing all that, by the way. It seems like a boatload. If we're going to end up doing 2 a month, and I think Shane and group will talk more about this in our strategy sessions, but my suggestion would be to track the attendance during those times, because if we're only getting maybe 15 people per session out of the numbers that we have here, we may want to potentially scale back, especially doing 2 a month in the summertime.
Okay.
may end up having
Tom, this is Jonathan. Tom, this is Jonathan. I think that's something that we can discuss in the senior leadership meeting.
Okay. Well, the other thing is she was looking for ideas, and Heather Turner and I got a chance to talk as we were talking about the Speakers Bureau, and she was able to forward a ton of ideas from District 53 that I think you'll be able to tap into. So hopefully that will help you guys out.
Okay, Carolyn and Catherine, welcome aboard, Catherine. As you can tell, the webinars are quite a hot topic. We're working on trying to get the attendance to the webinars up, but at any rate, thank you. I guess I have to give an update on the pathways. Well, all I can tell you is that we're generating all kinds of awards and pathways, levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you look on the district dashboard, the daily report, we have so many pathways awards. I have no fear of that we will accomplish our pathways goal this year, and going forward, even more so next year. We're still #1 in the Pathways adoption rate. When we do sign up a new member, try to get the new members to pick a pathway and get them enrolled as soon as possible, because that would keep them more interested and inclined to stay with their club. Moving on to my goals, I just checked the dashboard. I've got 25 distinguished clubs. Now, I have to think that we have so many awards that we are getting the educationals. Most of us have the administrative goals. So the 6 or 8 goals that are education and administrative oriented, we pretty well have. We need the members. We need to go out and get those 8 new members. We need to meet our minimum of 20 members or a net growth of 5 new members. One or two, I can only reiterate what Jonathan said. We have 13 days left. For those clubs that are short a member or 2, go out, recruit, find new members so that you can enjoy the and bask in the glory of achieving distinguished this year. That's my report. Next up, it's district transition. All right. Finally got in touch with the Black Bear Inn this morning. We're moving ahead with the July 13th training. Which will be held at the Black Bear Inn in Orono, Maine, which is just outside of Bangor. It's where the University of Maine at Orono is. Division, I will finally finish the agenda and have that sent out tonight. I have to add names, and I find that process very painful. Nevertheless, the agenda will be out. The incoming district officers should be in attendance. It's going to be an all-day session, starts at 8 o'clock and finishes at 8 o'clock. That's the downside. The upside is we feed you breakfast, lunch, and supper, and I'm even trying to arrange for an ice cream bar.
So Shane, you want all officers, division and area directors for the full day?
Division directors will be trained in the morning, area directors will be trained in the afternoon, and the division directors will be present during the area director training so that everybody knows what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
We're going to focus on the basics, club visits, TLIs, contests. And we're going to set up a communications link between all so that everybody is well informed and it feels comfortable fulfilling their roles. If you do have a problem fulfilling your role this year, call me, send me an email, text me. I'm always available. So that's about it for the training. You have to call the Black Bear Inn, tell them you're with Toastmasters, and the room is $89 a night, and district covers half of a room and plus travel. So we encourage you to double up or bunk in, get roomies. And also carpooling. Try to carpool because it's a lot of fun carpooling. And a lot of stuff gets said that can't be repeated outside of the carpool. Anyway, it's just a great time. I like carpooling with people, especially in the back of Carl Dowden's cell. I'm going to Vermont. It was fun. Okay, where am I on this? I can tell it says Jeff webinar on June 23rd. Jeff, over to you.
Okay, yeah, there's not a whole lot to announce other than what you see on the agenda. We will have a webinar on June 23rd, which is a week from yesterday, right? Anyway, so this webinar will cover, this is primarily geared towards incoming district officers, but anyone else, you're welcome to attend. I will do a segment on how to use District Central. So that's for doing things like getting membership lists, filing area reports, looking up statistics, all the reports that we've talked about here tonight. So I'll be covering that. And then Leslie is going to give a primer on how to use Concur for doing reimbursements. So definitely join if you want to figure out how to get information and get paid for all the district work that you do. Thank you, Shane.
Excellent. Okay, where are we on this agenda? Reimbursement with June 24th Division Director Training Transition, incoming and outgoing. Oh. We'll have to provide more information on the June 24th event. So, no, Jeff, can you speak to that?
Yeah, I can. Last year, we had a call just like this, and the idea is that we have all of the division directors, the outgoing division directors and the incoming division directors. We'll have a brief meeting, well, I guess it's 40 minutes to an hour, where we discuss some of the challenges, some of the specific issues that each division has faced. It's sort of like Shane said earlier, so everyone knows what's going on in the district. And that way we have an idea of areas where we need to put extra attention. We've already talked about a couple of them. Membership is definitely a big thing, and member satisfaction. And that's a time for us to really get grounded, to help the new incoming division directors become aware of what's going on.
Jeff, this is Priscilla.
Yes.
I think that Division B has a TLI scheduled that evening.
On June 24th? Oh, I think you are exactly right. So we may pick another time for that. I don't know.
Okay.
Because that will affect the outgoing and incoming Division B director, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay,
yeah, we'll talk about that. Actually, I may send out. How do you want to handle this, Shane? We can just send out an email poll to the division directors and figure out what's the best day for them.
Yeah, that's the best solution, Jeff.
Okay. All right. So I'll organize that and see if we can figure out a better day. One of the other aspects of this.
Jeff, can I just say, was that Division D that?
Division
B. Division B is the
B. Oh, sorry.
B. Yeah, they have
it's confirmed. They do have a TLI on the 24th.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we may do it the following Monday, or we can do it some other day. We'll work through the details on that. One of the other aspects of this is last year we also after we had the division director transition call, each division had their own call where they had the outgoing and the incoming area directors. So we want to repeat that also. Now I'll tell you, last year we did not get a whole lot of the outgoing area and division directors to attend. So I'm asking each and every one of you to make yourselves available and do what you can to be part of these transition calls. It really makes a big difference in helping to ensure that the incoming team knows about the challenges that you faced, and also it's a good opportunity to talk about some of the things that went really well and to pass on key knowledge. Every club there's one go-to person that's the gateway to get into the club to get things done. So that's one of the things that we learned about last year is finding those key people, and these calls are very helpful for that. Okay.
Thank you, Jeff. It's now time for our public relations manager, Jim Wisted, to give us an update on his role.
I don't have much to pass on. I see a few dates here. I see the 23rd webinar I'll have to put up in the calendar and a few other items. The deadline for the newsletter, get your articles into Donna Jean, is this Thursday, which is the 20th. I don't know if there's much more I can add other than if there's anything missing in the calendar, let me know. I'm writing all these little dates down here that I'm picking up tonight here, and they'll be on the calendar when we're done this call. So,
can I add an event to the calendar, please?
Sure.
June 26th, the Running Hill Toastmasters is celebrating their 10-year anniversary. The festivities start at 6 p.m. and the location is 21 Taps in Scarborough, Maine.
Okay.
In US Route 1.
Yeah, be sure to send an email to him.
Yeah, so say, send me an email. So I cut. It's easy to cut and paste out of an email. So.
Yep, I can send you everything you need.
Excellent, thank you. I don't have anything unless Donna Jean wants to add a few notes in here. I don't have much to actually add. So.
I would reiterate that the 20th is a hard deadline for articles, and I'd like them to be 300 words or less. But I also, since this issue coming up is the introducing the new people coming in, division directors, I would like to have your bio and a photo. I've got it from a couple of people. But I'd also like to recognize your area directors, which we've done before with just their names, but I think it's important to have pictures and just a really short 1 to 2 sentence bio about them as well. If you could get those to me. I have Division B's already and some of Division A, I think it was. I'm also looking for people who can translate to French. I can certainly put something into Google Translate, but then I can't read the French to make sure that it actually makes sense. So if somebody's willing to do that, reach out to me and let me know. That's all I have right now.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Donna Jean. Thank you, Jim. Announce task list. Jeff Hebert. Area and division tasks, activities for June, July, August. You're up, Jeff.
Okay, Shane. Actually, I think I need to be the presenter for this, so someone will have to give me permission to show my screen.
That would be Carolyn.
Hang on, I gotta find you in this list.
Oh, I sent her. Well, that's all right.
While we're working on that, Jonathan, can you give us a quick update on the fall workshops?
Yes, thank you, Shane. We are working to have the fall workshops in Moncton and Concord. We're looking for Concord on the 19th of October and Moncton on the 2nd of November. And shortly you'll be getting, everybody will be going out district-wide. We'll be doing a call for presenters for these presentations with the caveat that all of these should be something that's informative from a training perspective and particularly relevant to all the roles in Toastmasters.
And so just to make sure, the long weekend in October is the weekend of the 12th to the 14th?
That is correct. We will not be doing it on that weekend. That's Thanksgiving, I believe, up in Canada. It's Indigenous Peoples Day, also known as Columbus Day here in the United States. We will be looking, as I said, at October 19th and November 2nd. Excuse me, these will be 9:30 to 4:30 events. We will have a catered lunch at them, and we are looking to make them a very high-class affair to keep up with the standard that was set last year.
Okay.
Okay,
Jeff?
you ready for everyone can see the task list. So like we do every month, I will be reviewing, I'll just briefly review the tasks that our area directors and folks have to work through in June. For the incoming area and division directors, well, most of the division directors know about these task lists, but for the area directors, this is a set of documents that Heather Perkins put together 2 or 3 years ago, and each year we update them to try and make them pertinent and valuable for you guys to help give you an idea of what you need to be doing on each and every month. Okay, so there's the introduction as to what this is. So for May, or actually for our job in June, definitely remember to acknowledge folks for their awards that have been achieved in May. We're attending our district or DEC meeting right now, so definitely hold your final division council and area council meetings. As Jonathan mentioned, we're still working on Beat the Clock, so be sure to promote that. I've seen lots of publicity about TLIs. Make sure all of your club officers know about them. Actually, Heather mentioned earlier, there are a few unpaid clubs that we know should be paid, so this is still a time to go and check in with them. Even clubs that have low membership, they may or may not realize that they're on the cusp of being a distinguished club, and all they have to do is put in the dues for the members that actually have paid. And we just talked earlier about meeting with the incoming area directors, so definitely do not wait for a phone call from your division director to make that happen. If you know the incoming area director, or even if you don't, get in contact with that person and start discussing whatever you need to discuss. We will also have some formal transition calls, but the more you communicate with the incoming area director, the more successful they will be. And finally, send a message to your clubs, to the club officers and even all the members of your club to introduce the incoming area director. This is something that we like to do every year. It gives them a frame of reference. So when this new person starts showing up, they have an idea of who it will be. All right, and then some kind of your monthly ongoing tasks. Continue working your club issues. Make sure that if you have any clubs that ask for coaches, we do still have time to appoint them, although we may wait and appoint them early next year. That's really up to the district team to figure out. And then finally, a reminder to submit your final expense report. We have June 25th. I think actually Leslie asked to do it on the 21st to give us a few extra days to make sure that everything goes through the system properly. Regardless, make sure that you submit your final expense reports so that you can actually get paid for all the work that you've done. I'm going to briefly go over the stuff that's due in July and August. So July and August, so the incoming area directors, your job this month is really to get oriented with your clubs. Introduce yourself to the clubs. We'll be doing training. Shane just told you about the date for that. Make sure that we actually, during that training, we'll probably establish the date for district council meetings like this call. So they'll happen every month. And you should also set up a schedule for the division council meetings. Let's see. Oh, and also at the beginning of the year, it's time to start talking about new members already, making sure that your clubs start to get excited about building momentum and bringing in new members. And finally, start scheduling your area council meetings. Every year we like to have area council meetings. Then the whole point of an area council meeting is to make sure that you're communicating to all of the club officers at the same time so that they can bring up questions and they can get their issues resolved right there and share knowledge. Otherwise, you end up saying the same thing to each club over and over and over, and it's not very effective. All right, well, that should give you a primer, things to look forward to. And I believe that's it. Are there any questions about our tasks that are due in June, July, and August? Okay, well, very good, thank you.
There's a vote of confidence.
It's not my dogs this time.
Oh.
Okay. You can
Oh,
take
it was mine. Sorry, I wasn't on mute. My bad.
Jeff, this is Heather Fairchild.
Mm-hmm.
The tasks that you just went over will probably be reviewed quite in detail at the Black Bear Inn
Yes, that's part of the training. So,
as well?
I mean, you think of the task lists is a what you need to do. We'll have several webinars where we kind of go over, you know, what you need to do and a little bit of training on how to do it. But most of the how to actually do your job, how to introduce yourself, how to use all of these reports and to support the clubs. You're absolutely right. That will be gone over in detail during the training in the Black Bear Inn.
Thank you very, very much. And I did write it down, and I noticed that a few other people did too. I'm not sure anybody is reading the chats. Shane mentioned that he wanted the district officers to be at the Black Bear Inn, but I'm getting confused as to whether he wants the area directors there in the morning, or if he just wants us there by noon on Saturday.
Area directors should be there by noon Saturday. If you show up at noon, we'll feed you.
Perfect. Love it. Thank you.
Okay.
Division director should be there at 8 o'clock. So if you have to travel, book Friday night. So if you travel from any length, any great distance, you're going to have
which is basically everyone except for Division C and Division B, and those are questionable because that's still
yeah. So area directors in Division B and Division C should be a day's drive there, but you're probably going to have to spend Saturday night, unless you want to drive home in the dark and avoid the critters. So, okay. Next up, I'm not sure what use of dashboard and CSP to motivate clubs is. I think we dealt with that, did we not, Jeff?
Yeah, I think so. I think you know what, those got left on there by accident. Those were some training topics or training ideas.
Okay. Announcements. June 24th. We'll have to deal with that, where it's a time conflict. Look ahead to the calendar. There's the July 12th, 13th, or July 13th TLI. Your district, your top 4 or your top 3 will be going to the convention in Denver, Colorado for the training in August. The Smedley Award starts August 1st and ends September 30th, so we should be preparing to recruit members for the Smedley Award. And I really need an Area 20 and an Area 20 and Area 25 area director. I can't find anybody. So somebody has to step up. And plan to attend division transition calls in June. That's it. Questions, comments?
Shane, this is Dawn. Was there ever like a second person in like the Manchester area that was interested in area director?
I've been given 2 or 3 names and they've all said thank you, but not this year.
Okay.
So, I mean, the names are coming in. It's just that they're not taking on the role.
Okay.
I've sent emails to the club members in both areas that have an ALB or an ACB and above. And again, they've said thanks, but not this year. So,
Shane, Heather, did you try Catherine Ryan?
Yes, I believe I did, and I think Catherine Ryan said thank you, but not this year.
Yeah, I have a feeling she's
check that. I'll double check that.
Okay, thanks.
No. So. Oh, my pen just died. Any other comments, questions, concerns?
Hi, Shane. It's Carolyn. I just wanted to bring everybody's attention to one of the incentives that we're trying to get going this year to help get in the face of the general public, and that is the barbecue. So I hope people are working on that and they can have it sometime this summer. And I was talking to somebody earlier about you should make it your own. Like in addition to doing the international speech, table topics, and panel discussion, one of the things that I've just thought of for my club this week was we have a number of authors in our area who are Toastmasters. So for our different twist is inviting them to come and talk about why they joined Toastmasters and what they're getting out of it, obviously, and to read a chapter out of one of the books that they've written so the general public can see how diverse Toastmasters is. That's just a thought. And Jim, I'm going to send you the information for the Facebook so people can have a look at that. So that the $25 from each club plus the district open house money, which will give you $50 for each event, which you can claim back, but district wants pictures to go along to show what's going on in our district and our individual clubs. So I think it's all doable, and we need to have fun. We enjoy public speaking, we do all of this, but we need to have fun, and this is one way of helping the public and having fun. That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, it's 8:57 according to my time, 7:57 real time. So,
Shane?
Yes.
Hi, this is Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Yeah.
Oh, comments, Elaine, and welcome to our new regional advisor. I forgot your name.
Ann Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome. Comments.
Okay, I have some questions about unpaid clubs. For example, the one Fidelity, somebody mentioned Fidelity's unpaid, and I didn't hear a specific action or who exactly is going to follow up to make sure that it's paid. Anybody? I mean,
Jonathan, we've
Yes. Sorry, Elaine, I was muted here. Yes, that's we delegate that out to the division and area director.
Okay, is this going to be? Are we targeting for June 30th? Because we only have.
What? Yeah, a week.
Yeah.
Olivet said that she would be happy to take care of it.
That's great. Great. As long as we have a name associated with that follow-up. Okay, my second question had to do with the Distinguished Club goal. Okay, Shane, you said there's 25. The goal for Distinguished Club, by the way, this is the Distinguished District Program. Okay, the goal to be distinguished is 46 distinguished. Now there's 25, so what's the plan for getting the additional, how many, let's see, 21 clubs? Or is there a plan to get the additional 21 clubs?
Well, I think at this stage of the game, we have to look at who's close to who has achieved the 6 or 8 educationals, the minimum of 5, but are just short on members.
Yeah, to do that, Elaine, the short answer is we need about 200 new members, roughly evenly distributed across 40 clubs.
200 new members?
Yeah, because we've got about 10 clubs that only need 1 or 2 members, but most of the vast majority of our clubs are at least 5 members away from the ones that are not distinguished are roughly 5 members away from being distinguished.
Now, is that looking at the report, the almost distinguished report, which I haven't, should have looked at it before the meeting.
Yeah, no, that's from the club performance report. the base membership, number of goals met. We've got something like 60 clubs that have 5 or more goals.
Okay.
Which is pretty typical for our district. Yeah, maybe a little higher than what we've had in the past, because we definitely, as Shane mentioned, a lot of pathways goals. A lot of clubs have earned pathways points.
Okay. Yeah, I was just.
That said, we're really struggling with the membership, and all of our campaigns that we've been doing have not been paying off.
I agree with what Jeff is saying. The clubs are achieving the educationals goals, but their membership is short. For instance, Carner Blue needs 1 more member to become distinguished. So I think what I'll do is I'll send out an email to those clubs.
Yeah, realistically, we have 10 clubs that need 1 or 2 members that could.
Yeah.
But that doesn't get us the 21 that we need overall. The next group of clubs need significant help. That's very discouraging from that perspective.
No, there's no discouragement. You've worked very hard to get to where you are. So definitely, I would suggest starting out early, Jonathan, to work on those clubs. And then my third one is, I don't remember, there was a New Hampshire, it was an all-state New Hampshire trade show. That wasn't the name of it.
Right. We
no, that was
last month.
Made in New Hampshire Expo.
Yep.
Made in New Hampshire, yes. And I thought it was a great idea. From what I heard, actually, we had the person who, David Lee? He came to the CGD pair call meeting, and he gave a report on it, and I thought it was great. I had asked somebody if they could do a write-up on it, because I think it's definitely worthwhile to share that. My intention was to share that with the other the other region advisors, but ultimately, I think that this would certainly make for a good article in the Toastmaster magazine. You had the governor of New Hampshire, if I'm not mistaken, stopped by. And so what my question was, what are you going to do with that contact? Okay, how are you leveraging that contact with the governor of New Hampshire?
That's a great probing question. I don't think that we. I don't know.
Okay, don't lose that. I mean, you got his attention. He stopped by a booth, from what I heard from the report, and I definitely, and I think that we need to. I think somebody was going to talk to his aide. We shouldn't lose that. So if you could put that on your to-do list, okay, for next year. Shane?
Yep.
Shane.
I'm sorry. I was waiting.
That was for you.
I was waiting for my district director to chime in. I forgot that.
That's for you next year.
Yeah, that's probably high on our to-do list. In fact, I've got a call with David Hill tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
My time. So yeah, we're going to get right on that, and I'm going to steer him towards our marketing committee, which we have. I'm not sure if you know, Elaine, but the district voted to have a marketing committee made up of members of Toastmasters, District 45 Toastmasters, and David Lee. I'm going to steer David Lee towards the marketing committee as well. So we'll use all the resources that we can get our hands on.
Okay.
District 45.
Okay, and this is my last DEC meeting. Thank you all for inviting me to your monthly DEC meetings. I'm sure that Ann Gilston, your RA for next year, will join her whenever she can. And thank you. It's just like I'm going to cry, but
I know the feeling.
So.
Okay, wrap up. Any more comments?
Jeff and Shane,
None?
it's 9:05.
Okay, hearing none, let's wrap this up and motion to adjourn. Adjourned.
Second. Thank you,
That's it.
Jeff and Shane
Thanks, one and
and
all.
Jonathan and Jim and all attendees. Have a wonderful week, and we're going to have another webinar next June 23rd, where we'll hear from Jeff again and Leslie Bechtel. Look for the invite coming out in the next day or two. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.